This is Chris Kelly with your Peak Fitness overhead pressing progression. Now, for many of our clients who are older or deconditioned, overhead pressing is simply not an option. But for those that clear the shoulder mobility test and have good mobility in their upper back and shoulders, we also want to include overhead pressing exercises. It's a great way to strengthen from multiple angles. So with that said, our first exercise in this progression would be a corner barbell press. All right, so what I'm going to do is when we set up a barbell here in the corner, I'm going to put some weight on the side of the barbell here. All right, we can perform either a one-arm press or a push press in which they come down and press overhead. You'll notice that this exercise is inclined a bit, so we're not going full overhead press in the beginning, but this allows for a gradual transition to overhead pressing and kind of teaching proper shoulder position. And what I'm looking for with that, chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back, and the client maintains some nice space between the, I'll do it on this side so you can see, maintain some nice space between the shoulder and the neck. So I want them, what is called packing the shoulders. They come up, pressing, kind of maintaining some breathing room here. If you see that your client is shrugging or something like that, you can put your hand here to kind of cue that and just make sure they're doing that correctly. All right, so once they've, we can weight this up pretty well. For some people, this is as far as they're going to go. But for those that we want to progress to, true overhead pressing, we're going to start out with an alternating overhead press. All right, with this, I'm going to take this, I'm going to get a neutral grip. I'm just pressing to one side, coming up, pressing to the other side. Again, the same rules apply. Really, my chest is up, my shoulder blades are down and back, making sure to maintain some nice breathing room. And I'm pressing right up next to my ear. If it looks like the client is pressing forward, I want you to correct them, really cue them to stick their chest out. And that's something that we often see when fatigue sets in. All right, from here, our next progression would be a push press. All right, so we're going to just take one dumbbell, come down, press above the head. In this fashion, we can also do an alternating push press. And then move on to our final progression, which would be a two-armed dumbbell push press. So I'm just going to come down and push up. And that is your Peak Fitness overhead pressing progression.